Hello and welcome again to another stream of the Bureau XCom Declassified here on YouTube. My name is Captain Adamos and welcome to the show, everybody. I do apologize for a little bit of time it took to get things underway, but still working on some stuff and starting to figure it out. I wanted to say hi to the folks joining in the YouTube chat. Welcome, everybody. Dakota Stewart. Hey, what's up, man? How you been? Desmo in the house. Good to see you, Desmo. And thanks for tuning on in as well. And as always, a big thank you to Rahuru for helping on out, getting things all set up and ready to go for this. We got a pretty good grasp on where we're going, I think. When we last left our captain, we were currently working on. We had landed on the alien homeworld there, and in doing so, we were just about ready to get things going with the final run from the way it appears. So once again, let's see, we will continue on with where we were. Let's see. Yeah, I think we're in good shape as far as everything's
clear on their role.
We head to the core of the Mosaic network and set up Heinrich's explosive.
That's right. And while you're doing that, I'll deal with Origin.
Just remember, Carter, the idea here is to use that Ven brace you're wearing to capture this Origin creature and bring him back alive.
I'll do my best. We did make kind of a stir getting through that gate.
He's right, Doctor. Origin must know we're in his world now. He'll be looking for us.
Hiding on this transport will attract much less attention.
Yeah, as long as it gets us there.
It will if you enter the coordinates we got from Axis into the control panel.
Alrighty, so I think we are pretty much set. Like I said, still having some issues. Yeah, it's an older game, so it doesn't like tabbing as much. So interacting with the stream stuff can be tricky at times. Let's see, we've got a couple of things here.
Hurry up and activate that control panel.
Like you said, we have to go and get this control panel underway and everything else. But the big thing in this is, how kick-ass are these suits? I really dig the artwork in this game and the way that they went about kind of basically turning the original flight suits for the first astronauts. Yeah, they're pretty much right on, and did a nice job with it. So we've got a couple of things here to take a look at as we get started again tonight. Mainly our team, obviously Carter being all squared away with this. I think he's got a level up. Yep, we had picked up a level up there at the end where we can add on a rank. Now remember, at rank 8, we didn't really have much of a choice. It just adds this to our list of available tactics. But basically, this is our mind control technique. We can, like it says here, you can control the minds of your enemies, forcing them to attack their former comrades. So this will be super useful as we get going.
Control the mind of an enemy, forcing them to fight for you. Be warned, intense pain can end this power prematurely.
Yeah, so got a pretty straightforward strategy in that. And with everything else that that Carter can do at this point, it's just icing on the cake. It's going to be a big deal as we get further in on this particular part of the mission, just because, we're going to run into multiple things to deal with all at once. Tim the Enhancer, or the Enchanter here, I think he was all set because he's basically maxed out. We don't have anything other than the scatter laser that we can run. Yeah, we'll go back. Yes, we wanted him to be full recharge, and then Cleavon Little, our sniper. The big thing in this is that he's got this, the fire mission and the diversion combination that's what's going to keep the team alive. We had sent out a couple others on some other missions, but due to the nature of this here, there they are, the dispatched, we can't get back into to them until we complete the mission as it is at this point. So I've got my two dudes here, and we're going to head on in. Once again, I want to thank everybody for tuning on in and joining me here as we go through the Bureau, XCom Declassified. And also once again, my name is Captain Atomos, and hosting the channel here. If you enjoy what you see, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe for future content. All right, that checks off everything on the list. Let's get to busting some aliens here. I love this location.
Excellent. There should be one more.
Shit. Can't talk right now, Doc. Launching a drone! Damn things are armored! We need some rockets, now! Put a mine there! Rockets in place! Blob out! Set up a diversion! Diversion out! Walk it off! Mine deployed! Cover there! On my way! On the move! He's under our control! Lay down a mine. Mine deployed. Alley-oop! Focus on that one.
Firing on your target! Shields! Hit him hard!
Force him out! Deploy and scatter! These drones are pretty damn helpful!
Oh God! Oh God! Ah!
Behind cover!
Moving! Going down! These are armored! I'm in position! Rocket turret is down!
In position! Diversion, there!
This'll distract them!
Hit the area, hard!
I need support over here!
Healing engaged. Hit it hard!
Taking a shot.
Rocket turret, over there! Lost our diversion!
This is a bad place, boss!
Mind that area! Mine deployed!
Launch it!
Get behind cover!
Roger! Moving out!
On the move!
I'm ready! I'm injured! I need help! That helps! I need support over here!
Move out!
Move it!
Lifting it!
Still down! Thought I was done.
This fragile vessel, unite with the power of Mosaic.
Blob deployed! Enemy incoming! Put a mine there!
Mine deployed!
Deploy diversion!
Diversion out!
Finish it off!
Mine went off! Take it aim!
Keep the pressure on him! Take cover there! Repositioning!
Good position! Watch out!
They killed our blob! Behind cover!
On my way! These ones are shielded!
Take it out! Targeting!
In place! These things are armored!
Whoa!
This is a bad place, boss!
We need some rockets now!
Rockets in place!
Mine that area! Deploying a drone!
You are young. You act from ignorance. Let me
Hit it hard!
Mine deployed! Taking a shot! Rocket turret is down! Repositioning!
Take cover there!
Moving!
Set up a diversion!
This'll distract them!
Walk it off! Get behind cover!
Moving! I'm ready! On my way!
These drones are pretty damn helpful!
In place!
There go the shields! Put a mine there!
Mine deployed!
Bombardment now!
Ordnance inbound! Almost got it down!
Bet I can change your mind! Finish it off!
Taking aim! Area secure! I'm going in! These ones have armor!
Deploying helper drone! Blob out! Deploy diversion!
Diversion out!
Hit it hard! Get me artillery! Put up a rocket turret!
Rocket turret deployed! Taking the shot! Fire mission taking the high ground! Heading to sniper spot! We got our wall! Fire is coming through!
Lay down a mine! Alley-oop! Mine deployed! Engaging mine control! Attack!
Attacking your target! Piece of armor!
That helps! He's healing! Fuck! Hit it hard! Focus on that target. It's mine!
Take an aim! Rocket turret is down!
Healing engaged. Lost control of the target! Rocket turret, over there!
Rockets in place!
Set up a diversion. Put a mine there!
Mine deployed!
Take it out!
Confirmed!
There go the shields!
These are armor! That helps! Lost on
Hit it hard!
Taking the shot!
Mind that area! Lifting it! Deploying blob! Focus on that one. Got it! Take it out! Targeting! He's summoning reinforcements!
He's down!
All targets down!
Come to me. I can show you the truth of your existence.
Doc, you got a way to shut that voice up?
Voice? We aren't hearing anything. Perhaps it's Mosaic attempting to communicate with you somehow.
How would it be able to do that? And why me?
Interesting. But that question can wait until later.
New backpack. The kinetic acceleration pack increases weapon damage against enemies without shields. Not bad. Although most of what we're dealing with at this point is pretty heavily shielded. I don't know if you can see that or not.
Use that cover.
Moving now!
Copy, moving out.
I'm here!
Origin.
The prisoner.
What does that mean? What do you want with me?
It is not you that we require. It is the demon that controls you.
Start making sense.
The demon has been hiding on your world for ages, waiting, planning for the day it would reveal itself.
A case. At Groom Range. What was in the case?
With our arrival, it has awakened and chosen its prisoner. You. Reveal yourself, demon.
No!
Reveal yourself and be ours.
No! What are you?
I once was as you are, the prisoner of a demon. I rejected the beast and forced it to serve me, to serve my people, as I led them to a new world.
No, pal. You led them to my world.
Carter, what's your status?
Demon? I don't understand.
Carter, the vent brace, did it work? Have you captured Origin?
Origin's not important anymore.
Not important? What are you talking about, Carter?
Let him burn. He's not what we thought. Something else is powering Mosaic. I'm grabbing that.
The human world is yours no longer. It never was.
Carter, run!
My arm! It feels like it's gonna tear itself off!
The prisoner! Capture the prisoner!
Barnes, forces, now! Roger. Got a lock on your location.
Haha, so there we have it. Apparently we aren't at the end. Crack in the World is the name of the results here in the mission. Operation Crack in the World was carried out by the field team with uncommon valor. Information discovered on-site changed the parameters of the mission, resulting in the capture of an unknown entity. Instead of enemy High Commander Origin, the declared target. The unknown entity was discovered to be the power source for the Mosaic Communications Network and has been returned to the lab for study. The detonation of the prototype ordnance resulted in the apparent destruction of the facility, and as such, Origin is presumed dead. Let's see, Carter went up as we went through that entire bit. Our acquired technology was the laser efficiency pack that we picked up, and that just whomping plasma assault cannon. Yeah, that they put some serious recoil in that, and but it is definitely, if anything, it gives you the opportunity to, while you're holding that down, at least you feel like you're not going to be killed instantly at that point. Our outsider activity, we had quite a bit of it from the last stream, and then the addition of what we just came across here. We got 15 silicoids, 14 outsiders, 2 of the Scion commanders, 13 outsider elites, 1 gunship, 5 scouts, a Phantom Elite, 14 of those, 7 drones, the Minion Commander, 4 of those, 1 Muton, 1 Shield Commander, 1 Advanced Drone, and that Elite Muton at the end there. That dude was, when he hit the ground, he just basically wiped out everybody's hit points. It was, that's a fun one. Total kills, 80 overall, which I believe, yeah, that one there, that whole thing, the end of last stream and this one here, 1 hour, 11 minutes, and 59 seconds. So the missions are definitely lengthy when you run them. All right, let's head on back. And we'll take a look at what we've got.
Origin is dead. To say this victory comes at the expense of massive
Sacrifice would be an understatement.
The strain is too much for him.
Hold on, Will. We're almost there.
But to say the war has been won would be a lie.
The dimensional gates have been closed.
All of them. Our enemy is confused, destabilized.
But he is still among us.
You all know what to do. Press the advantage. Defeat the remaining enemy forces. Reclaim our Earth.
This is our moment, ladies and gentlemen. Let's not waste it.
Good to see you awake, Carter. We were beginning to worry.
I'm not finished yet, Doc.
Good. Director Falk's been after me about your status. He needs you in the field. This war's not over yet.
So as we can see, again, update to the environment after completing the story mission. section of this. Looks like we've also got a couple of, or at least the one mission that was outgoing is back, so we'll check on that, as well as I'm guessing we'll have some upgrades in that, and I'll just run around and chat with folks here. Now, basically we've come to the point at which obviously the story with the gates closed and everything, we just have to deal with what's going on now across the earth. And remember, this is like 63, and as far as the general populace is concerned, they don't know anything about this. It's being basically men in black, and well, we do have the advantage of the last in the last stream there. We learned that we may have a cure for the sleepwalker condition. So we'll see how that goes. But we've got that. There was a couple. Yeah, that was pretty much it. There's more story stuff here. Now remember, the thing with the story is that there are a couple of different kinds of endings that we can have with this. So I'll try to. I'm trying to steer the story towards at a certain point so we can learn the most information by the end results. So, yeah, we'll see how it goes here.
Feeling like yourself again?
Something like that. Any idea what happened back there?
After you captured this creature, something went wrong. To be frank, I'm not sure what.
So what is it? We aren't about to fight a whole new alien race, are we?
We're still researching everything the outsiders knew about it, but I gather it's unique, so I think we're safe from another war.
And it was powering Mosaic?
Yes. Now that you've removed it and blown Origin to pieces, their Mosaic communications appear to be little more than echoes.
So what are we going to use this thing for?
I'm working on that part. Still, amazing creature, isn't it, Carter? Just look at it.
I'm more concerned with how we can use it than how it looks.
Yes, of course. Clearly this entity played a vital role in the enemy's power structure.
Right. So what do you know about it so far?
Near as I can tell, it's a being composed of energy, entirely lacking a solid physical form.
How is that even possible?
I've no idea. It's nothing like any Earth creature, or like any outsider we've encountered so far. The outsiders were calling it an ethereal. It hasn't yet told me what it calls itself.
You're able to communicate with it?
No, nothing yet. But all creatures communicate. I just have to figure out this one's methods.
Now that we've got the outsiders on the ropes, what do you think we should do with them after they've surrendered?
That's an unexpectedly hopeful attitude, William. Since we can't be sure they will surrender, we may simply end up with tens of thousands of corpses.
But if we don't?
Well, who can say, really? If they're all truly free from Mosaic's influence, perhaps some can be integrated into society. I do look forward to finding out.
All right, Doc, I gotta go. I'm not done fighting this war.
Certainly. And we've got no shortage of new questions to contemplate.
Well, you let me know when you got some answers.
Yeah, definitely the shadows in this room are really quite cool. And thanks there, Ra, for letting them know some of the other stuff that have been doing. We just kind of started streaming this a little bit. Actually, it started with the at least bringing back this kind of a stream here on the Captain Atomos channel. Doing more of these story kind of things, trying not to interject any of personal stuff in it. It's more or less just kind of showing off some games that maybe people haven't seen. Some of these are going to be a little bit older games with a certain artistic style to them, much like this right here. We've got just an amazing look to the environment and a very textured thing. Yeah, sure, a little bit of pixelation, like I said. It's an older game, So it's got some definite flaws to it as far as what we're used to as far as environments go. But definitely a very specific art style, and not like other games that you see. But yeah, we do have the Trek Radio official on the Trek Radio official channel there on Thursday nights, or Thursday starting in the evenings. Hick will be doing his part of the Thursday night watch. He's been doing Mars Horizons lately for that, and I've been running Astroneer, and you can catch up on those over on Trek Radio official. Also doing the Q's Winter Wonderland and Star Trek Online, along with the Harmless Content radio show at the same time. So if you watch that, there's quite a bit of it that's audio edited by Automatic in Twitch there, but you get a kind of an idea what we were doing there. At least kind of see what's there and what's going on. But that's on the Trek Radio official channel, and then obviously the Captain Atomos channel here. We're continuing to work on this, and I've got a couple of things that we'll talk about here at the end of the stream that will be coming up for 2021. So again, yeah, thanks, man. It's good to see you, and hope things have been going well for you. I know the world's a little different place than it was last we met. Okay, so back to the game. Let's get Agent Carter off doing his thing. We're not real active this time.
You live.
And Origin is dead.
Then my kind are free, and yet still doomed.
Now that they aren't being controlled by Origin, maybe you can get them to surrender. If that happens, we can help them.
You would allow us to coexist on your world?
I can't promise anything. People won't forgive or forget anytime soon, but surrendering would be a good first step.
Without a promise of a new home, we cannot risk surrender. We are at an impasse.
That's a damn shame.
But if there is anything I can do to reach an agreement, I will try.
Origin is dead. Mosaic is shut down and the gates to your world are closed. Why haven't your people surrendered yet?
No, Mosaic is not destroyed. You may have destroyed its source, crippled it, but the echoes remain. Even disconnected, I can feel them.
Crippled or not, your people have no leadership or reinforcements. What can we do to get them to surrender?
Hundreds of your years spent chasing a single desperate goal cannot be erased instantly. Mosaic leaves its scars on the mind, and we will not stop fighting until we have a new world to call home.
If they won't stop fighting, neither will we.
Then there is no solution.
How will destroying the Mosaic network affect our people who have been infected? The Sleepwalkers.
Mosaic will no longer command them. You can take comfort in that. But I cannot offer you a cure.
That's unfortunate. If you had a cure, it might be easier for my people to accept a surrender.
And I would make such an offer. But we never concerned ourselves with creating a cure. Why would we?
You sit tight. We might need your help if the war doesn't end soon.
I fear it will not.
Now that seems like a useful button.
Had a chance to examine the new specimen?
9. Leave it to the others. I am too busy reviewing the Avengers' thrust output.
But aren't you the slightest bit interested?
9. I have had quite enough of these new creatures. And I have no interest in keeping them in cages.
Heard you brought us a new visitor, Carter. Warning. Enemy meteorites are considered to be highly radioactive. Field agents encountering alien seeds are to exercise extreme
It's like
caution.
the Avenger made it through in one piece.
Decontamination upon return is critical and mandatory.
Good to see you feeling better, Carter. You were looking pretty bad on the trip back.
I'm just glad to be back home.
And here I thought it was just my flying.
We couldn't have done it without you, Barnes. Good work.
Just proud to be part of the team. And it's a big team. When life gets back to normal, they're gonna give out a truckload of medals.
Announcement. While we are all overjoyed at the recent turn of events, Director Falk reminds you to stay alert and focused.
They say they brought back a new kind of outsider.
I heard it glows in the dark.
I don't give a damn. Ought to put a bullet in the thing, along with all the rest of them.
Charge around the corner, only to see 3 of them with carbines leveled.
Yeah, then he gives the shout and charges them. And wouldn't you know it? Suddenly their eyes go wide, and they all drop their guns.
Guess they know enough to be afraid of me.
Alright, yeah. Looks good with the new stuff. I believe we've got an upgrade here. Yeah. This was the guy we got from the one mission. I believe we rescued him in Louisiana. We're gonna move most of these side mission guys to okay. I think that covers our teams there. I haven't added anyone here. That's good.
Nice to have a break from treating new wounded.
Trust me, it's nicer to have a break from getting shot at.
Cool. Alright, Desmo. Thanks for tuning in, man. That's cool. Appreciate it.
It's just, well, we wanted to let the director know.
What's your status, Carter? You fit for duty?
A little groggy, but I feel fine. Get me back out there and let's finish this.
Good. Bring up the map. There's plenty to be done.
Wowza. Yep. Looks like there's a lot of stuff here. Okay, looks like there's a bunch of news, so let's go through that first. Starting with news from the front. America rebuilds Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. With the first signs of success, our operatives can begin to return civilian lives back to normal. While communication remains partially jammed, major cities are no longer engaged in nuclear preparation drills to shield the public from outsider activity. With industrial centers like Pittsburgh returning to almost normal operation, we can begin to consider rebuilding the towns and the villages lost to the communist sneak attack. Dateline: Sioux Falls, South Dakota, the long winter. Enemy activity in America's farmlands has led to significant crop shortages, and combined with disruption of interstate and international trade and transport, the nation faces a shortage of food and fuel for what threatens to be the coldest winter on record, particularly in remote cities like Sioux Falls. If the final phases of the war are not completed soon and vital trade restored, America may face a new threat to its continuation as a global superpower. State Line, Prima, New Mexico. Towers fall. Since first discovering the outsider construction in Prima, we have maintained a long-range monitoring station of the tower, and today it has given us our first signs of victory. The transport tower is beginning to show signs of decay and imminent collapse. Whether the result of the disruption of the enemy's mosaic network or lingering structural damage from our agents on the ground, this points to potential reclamation of these areas. So that covers the news. Looks like we have one major mission in Fargo, North Dakota. Or actually, no, I'm sorry. This is the minor operation. There's also the agent dispatch missions here for space junk in Upland, California, and another one here in Seattle, Washington, claiming what's ours. Both look like level 10s, so that's just basically 2 of our agents, since most of them are 5s at this point. And then the major operation is the Last War in Chicago. So we'll be able to run this one here in Fargo, and then the Chicago one right after that. In the meantime, we'll send out agents here for claiming what's ours in Seattle, Washington. We're going to get a corrosive plasma pack. Ooh. Plasma weapons deal significantly more damage to mechanical enemies. Yeah, that could be quite useful. Seattle, Washington. Claiming what's ours. Before the attack, an Air Force research facility in this area was secretly experimenting with using lasers to intercept missiles. Send a team to recover whatever equipment and research they have. This could help us develop weapons to fight the outsiders. Alright, so... gotta reclaim the area, dispatched, yeah, I think we'll send a base team here. We'll go with 1 recon. Yeah, why not? We'll send our lower level guy there. And then, got one of the 2 medics here. That's way overkill, but yeah, it'll work. Alright, good luck. And space junk. The rewards for space junk. Health converter pack reduces the wearer's health, but ability recharge times are much faster. Space junk. Upland, California. A laboratory in Southern California has been working on spacefaring satellites. Director Falk wants all of their equipment and prototypes for XCom. Send agents to investigate whether whatever has survived the outsider attacks and bring back anything or anyone of use. Looks like in this case, we could probably send 2 people. Let's send the Russian. And... and we'll send Jacobson on that one. They should be good by themselves. Okay, so that takes care of those. We're all pretty much set. Actually, let me double check the pre-launch here. I think, Switch them out of their holiday gear. Oh yeah, one other thing I wanted to check. What was his backpack? Probably a better idea to get those. Yeah, we're gonna go with that. I'm not too worried about not being able to hit things. That's what those guys are for. Okay, so that looks good. Let's see. Let the pack look different. Stick with the pistol on him. Like I said, his main function is running the show. Okay, so I believe we are set to go.
You had us worried back there, Carter. What happened to you?
The physical pain was intense, but the worst part was I couldn't think straight. Couldn't remember my own name or what the hell I was doing. I still only remember pieces of what happened.
Well, it's good to see you on your feet again. I assume you're fit for duty?
Yes, sir. And eager to get back out there.
Especially now that we've got a real fighting chance.
So we killed their leader, shut down their network, and closed their gates. What are we seeing in the field?
Cleanup forces report a marked difference in enemy behaviors out in the field. Some are fleeing, some are going berserk. Most are just confused.
Is it enough?
One of our teams just went back to Rosemont, Georgia, and completely routed the enemy. That marks the first time we've successfully driven the outsiders from an entrenched location. And it won't be the last.
Yeah, but town by town, this war could take months.
Maybe even years. But the end is in sight.
I hope the scientists got something useful from our little trip to the outsider homeworld. I don't expect us to be going back anytime soon.
You mean other than the ethereal creature you captured? Dr. Weir's been analyzing how Mosaic functions. A shame it was destroyed. It would have been a useful tool.
No thanks, Falk. I like to do my own thinking.
Regulated by the right individuals, Mosaic could have been a boon to humanity. Imagine all peoples of the world connected.
I'm sure Stalin would have agreed with you.
Any leader would. Mosaic is a tool. What matters is how you use it.
Enough talk. Let's send these bastards packing.
That's what I like to hear.
Alright. Looks like we got some audio things.
How long since they went into the gate?
At least 45. Wait, I'm getting a transmission.
They're alive? What are they saying?
It's... Yes! Mission successful. All accounted for and returning.
They did it! They really did it!
Hangar crew, prepare for returning Avenger. Medical staff too. They have non-critical wounded. And some sort of captive, it sounds like. Well, to your stations, everyone.
Yeah! I can't believe they did it!
Never doubted them. But if you ever tell Carter, I'll deny it to the death.
Secret safe with me. So, got any plans for after the war?
Still too soon to plan anything like that.
Maybe, but I know you, Chelsky. You're the one who always has a plan.
Well, nah, it's too crazy.
Hey, we just survived an alien attack. It's a crazy time.
It's just... I heard my old town is rebuilding, and they're gonna need a new mayor to coordinate things.
You're gonna run for mayor.
Don't have to laugh.
No, I think you'd be great at it, Chelsky. You, want any help?
Maybe. Let's end this war first.
Oh, inner office talk with Chelsky.
Guess we won't be stuck down here for much longer, huh? Stuck? Ever since Hawk lifted the lockdown, we could go topside if we needed to. Yeah, I guess that is actually going home.
Alright, let's find out what Chelsky's up to.
Dutiful as always, Chelsky.
You heard the director. There'll be time to relax when the war is over.
For once, I agree with the old man.
I'm sure that's a sign of the end of the world, Agent Carter.
How's the campaign of misinformation going these days?
Sufficiently well.
What's that mean?
Well, so far I've had to cover up the destruction of a university, a town, and the biggest tourist trap in Colorado, to say nothing of all the captured sleepwalkers I've had to falsify records for. So the fact that you haven't yet seen any of that on national TV is good enough for me.
Don't be so hard on yourself. You wouldn't be here if you weren't the best of the best.
Thank you, sir.
Hey, what's up? Don't worry about being late. You haven't really missed much. We basically cleared out the home world. We got Mosaic, took out Mosaic, and have found out that Origin, actually the other way around, I think. We took out Origin, and we found out Mosaic is an ethereal being that somehow was trapped in Carter's body from the very beginning. That was apparently the briefcase that we ran into. So there's that. And in a roundabout way here, we're sent out a couple of missions. So we've got some agents out in the field at this moment, and we've got, looks like, at least two, one minor and one major operation on the board. And we're just kind of going about and getting some info after we have returned. Now you're all up to speed. Let's see.
Now that they've lost Mosaic, how are the outsiders responding?
Mixed results, as you'd expect. Some have gone berserk, some have gone catatonic.
Have any surrendered?
There have been a few across the country. To be on the safe side, we're shipping them all off to Alcatraz.
I'll let you get back to your duties then.
Until the director says it's all over, I'll be here.
How much longer now, huh? Guess not. Hope not. Gonna miss this place? Not a damn inch of it. Me neither.
Hey, there's the big hero.
Dr. Weir says it's a whole new type of life form.
And it was attached to some sort of machinery?
Yes. Until Carter pulled it out.
Wish we had a dozen agents like him. You live?
Origin is dead.
Then my kind are free, and yet still doomed.
Now that they aren't being controlled by Origin, maybe you can get them to surrender. If that happens, we can help them.
You would allow us to coexist on your world?
I can't promise anything. People won't forgive or forget anytime soon, but surrendering would be a good first step.
Without a promise of a new home, we cannot risk surrender. We are at an impasse.
That's a damn shame.
But if there is anything I can do to reach an agreement, I will try.
You've been cooperative, for the most part. So what do we do with you?
I have never decided my own fate. It was always determined by others. Origin, Axis, a legion of commanders.
Would you be willing to help us see a peaceful end to the war?
If a home can be found for my people, then I will do what I can.
You're a good man. Wait, what's your actual name?
My kind do not have names. We are referred to merely by position. I am a Thrasofair, or Hidden Watcher in your language.
Help us end the war peacefully, and you'll all be free to choose your own names.
Peanut hamper it is.
You sit tight. We might need your help if the war doesn't end soon.
I fear it will not.
Okay, and they are still apparently staring at the berserk alien. Good job. Doesn't look like anything new.
What are you gonna do when the war's over?
Reminder, extended exposure to unprocessed Illyrium is believed to be a serious health risk. Take all necessary precautions.
It doesn't really look like any other new things.
Warning, the sleepwalker infection is now known to be spread through contaminated water reserves. Operatives and survivors are encouraged to drink only trusted sources, such as collected rainwater.
How are the civilian bands sounding?
Mostly clean, sir. Some UFO reports, but not from anyone credible.
Dummy up a few prototype jet flight plans over those areas, and leak them to the public.
Yes, sir.
They must be nearby. I can already see the corpses.
Move quick, and hopefully there won't be any more.
No more human corpses, anyway.
Williams, this is Dr. Dresner. Can you hear me?
What do you have for me, Doc?
We believe the Outsiders are building a new base of operations using the Sleepwalkers as laborers.
We can't afford to lose the momentum. We gotta stop them.
Here's a note. Dear Carol, you're not going to believe me when I tell you this, but please try to keep an open mind. I think that the park ranger assigned to this campground is some sort of alien. And yes, I know how crazy that sounds, but I went outside of the cabin a couple of nights ago, and I saw him, and he doesn't see me, and his skin did this thing. The park ranger definitely is sus. I think everybody is the concept here.
Get ready, they're near.
There!
En route. On my way. Ready. Contact!
We need some rockets, now!
Rockets in place!
Throwing a blob! He's under our control! Deploy diversion!
Diversion out!
Deploying helper drone! Bombardment now!
Fire mission confirmed!
Hit it hard! Mind that area!
Mine deployed!
Take it out!
Targeting now!
Attack!
On your target!
Rocket turret is down! I'm pinned down!
Take cover! Grenade!
Thanks! Needed that.
These drones are pretty damn helpful! Get down!
On my way!
Deploying blob! Put up a rocket turret! Put a mine there!
Hand grenade!
Set up a diversion!
This'll distract him.
Running out!
Help him!
I've got him! Cover me! I'm going in! He's gonna be fine!
They got our blob!
Get up! Move!
That helps! Finish it off!
Taking the shot!
That's the last of them!
Some of them.
William,
Let's get him out.
This is Dr. Dresner.
We found a few of the sleepwalkers, Doc, but we haven't found the main construction yet.
You must hurry. We believe that once they complete the construction, they will no longer need the sleepwalkers.
So they'll ship them off like they did in New Mexico.
That was before the outsiders were desperate. We believe that now any unneeded sleepwalkers will be disposed of.
You don't mean...
Just another reason to put a stop to this.
Looks like they've finished construction.
Then we don't have a lot of time to save those sleepwalkers. Set up over there.
On the move!
Moving now.
I'm here!
Hey, an armory!
Load up, agents. No telling what's up ahead. cover. Move.
On it. On it.
Watch it. Snipers.
In position.
Enemies engaged! We need some rockets, now!
Rockets in place!
Blob out! Helper drone up! Diversion, there!
Diversion out!
Engaging mind control!
William, come in. I have...
Up and away! Hit it hard!
Take an aim!
Hit the area, hard! Make it fast, Doc. We're a little busy.
We have detected a power spike. But there are previous readings in the ambient.
The point, Doc.
They're sending reinforcements, William.
Damn. And what about rescuing the sleepwalkers?
You must hurry. You have to save them.
Mind that area.
Mine deployed!
Focus on that target.
In my sights!
Get behind cover.
Moving!
Rocket turret's down! I'm in position. Enemy moving in! Hit it hard!
Taking a shot! These are armored! Repositioning.
Got some survivors for you, Barnes.
The evac team will be ready when you secure the tower.
These drones are pretty damn helpful.
Did you see that?
Come on, every second counts. Cover there!
Moving!
Take cover! Sniper!
Hit it hard!
Take an aim!
Deploy diversion!
This'll distract them.
Rocket turret, over there!
Rocket turret deployed!
Get behind cover!
Moving!
Going now!
They're holding the line! In place! Gunship! We've got company.
Gunship? Get ready. This just got a lot harder. Hit it hard! Damn! Attack!
Taking it down! This is a bad place, boss!
Launching a drone! Behind cover!
Roger, moving out! Copy, on my way!
Deploying blob! I'm in charge of him now. Set up a diversion.
Diversion out!
Get me artillery!
I'm ready!
Get down!
Fire mission confirmed! Moving! In position!
These drones are pretty damn helpful! Lifting it!
Got that spot locked down!
Hit it hard! Take it down!
Got it! Take an aim!
They're all dead. Let's get moving.
Time to finish this.
Carter! You alright?
That's all for this place. Bring us home, Barnes.
And there we have it. Minor mission complete. Operation Angel. Enemy facility was found to contain a number of people infected with the sleepwalker pathogen. Enemy operatives on site prevented the successful recovery of several affected civilians by the field team. Squad status, getting pretty close. We'll have level 9 on the next run, like almost right away, it looks like. No acquired technology. Outsider activity, we had 10 regular outsiders, 7 drones, 1 advanced drone, 2 tech commanders, an elite muton, the outsider elite, 2 sniper elites, and 1 gunship, for a total of 26. Returning to base. Believe this is our secondary mission. Yep. The health converter pack reduces the wearer's health ability. Reduces the wearer's health, but ability recharge times are much faster. So, this for that. The mission results, claiming what's ours. Your agents successfully recovered several prototypes from the research center. Sadly, the staff and researchers have been infected with the sleepwalker virus. Their work will help us protect others from the same fate. Good job. We get the corrosive plasma pack. Plasma weapons deal significantly more damage to mechanical enemies. Nice. Yeah, that was the Seattle one. And then the Upland, California space junk. Your agents were able to recover prototypes as well as a functional satellite slated for launch into space later this year. Director Falk and Dr. Dresner are both very pleased. Well done. That's where the health converter pack came from. Oh, yep, our commando did go up a level there, claiming what's ours. So I think that is a full group of level 5s now. Pretty sure these are the same dialogues. Let me double check though.
Dutiful as always, Chelsky.
Yep, same dialogue.
I'll let you get back to your duties then.
Until the director says it's all over, I'll be here.
Generally, stuff at the base doesn't change until the major events.
Agents are reminded that they may accept unconditional surrender from any outsiders, but are to follow their own initiative if there is reason to doubt the outsiders' intentions.
The photo, we're driving them back. There's 2 of our agents there with one of the outsiders. Yeah, does look like Sparkles here. Here's someone we haven't talked to.
Well, glad to see you back on your feet.
Yeah, well, I feel like I stuck my finger in a wall socket.
Just be glad you survived. It's more than we can say for some.
Cheer up. We killed their high command and broke the enemy's back. That's gotta be worth celebrating.
You and the old man may think we have this all wrapped up, but I'm not ready to put a bow on it yet. Everything we know about the Outsiders tells me they're not going down without a fight.
Sure, but considering where we were, I think we can afford to take a breath.
You go right ahead and crack open a bottle. But I won't be joining you until the last one of those bastards is dead.
How long was I out? Are we seeing any results from the field yet?
It's only been a day and a half, but the early results look good.
I should damn well hope so.
Troops are in disarray and retreating from some engagements. We haven't even seen a UFO report in a few hours.
That's a good start.
Most importantly, the gates are all closed. The enemy's cut off in our world, and we outnumber them.
Oh, what do you know? We might just pull through after all. I'm still trying to figure out what happened at the end.
The whole complex was centered on that thing. Weir says they called it an ethereal. When you captured it, their systems started losing power.
And now it's in the lab, where the eggheads can poke at it all day.
Whatever it is, it was connected to their mosaic network, just like Origin was.
When we were there, Origin said I was carrying a demon.
When you first came here, Falk said you were the best agent he'd ever seen, but you had your demons. Maybe Origin knew you better than you thought.
Can't exactly go back and ask for clarification, can we? Not after setting off that bomb.
Well worth the price, if you ask me.
Assuming we can finish off the stragglers, what do you see happening afterwards?
For us? Paperwork. Do you have any idea how many sleepwalkers we're going to have to account for? Hundreds. Thousands, possibly.
Disappearances and false obituaries are simple. We did them all the time at the CIA. The hard part will be figuring out what to do with the outsiders who surrender.
Do you think they'll want anything to do with us after we've practically made them extinct?
We can expect some of them to defect. They were invading because their homeworld was dying. They won't want to go back.
We couldn't send them back anyway. The gates are all closed.
Dr. Dresner might have some interesting ideas.
I get the feeling that the war may have been the easy part.
We're in the home stretch, Angie. Won't be long now.
Sure hope so. But even after that, nothing's going to be the same.
The Outsiders were being controlled by Mosaic, and that's what was telling them to attack us, right? So what happens if they surrender, now that Mosaic's gone?
You see how many people they killed? I don't care if they surrender.
But they aren't morally at fault. You'd just be adding a genocide on top of everything else.
I don't think any of the survivors are gonna complain.
You want to talk about sus? Look at this trio. One, none of them has a cigarette in their hand. Vigilant at all times. See, this guy gets it.
But that's the whole point of a surprise gift.
He's cranking down a smoke, and he's got one in the ashtray. Yep. Oh, there we go. Now, gonna need a first and last name for Agent Cyrus Sinclair. Cyrus Sinclair? He's a recon agent. Well, that'll work then. Agent, there you are. Oh, that is true. Statman Carruthers. Yeah, William Carter, Tim the Enchanter, Cleavon Little, Ben Duncan. I think that is one that we named. Definitely Bob Genghis Khan, Jello Biafra, Vern Pelling. This is another one of the recon agents that we picked up. Yes, so... Apparently I can't fit all the letters in. Well, it's a dumb name anyways. Let's see. We got pulse wave ability amplification, and increases maximum health. Well, we're going to want that for our agent. William van der Wissel. I believe Xanthius named him. There we go. Alright, I think... Is this the last of our level 5s? Switch out. Okay, I think we are good. Well, I don't think we've met an Agent Sparkle yet. but we will definitely put that into the list of names. Alright, I think we're good on our guys here. They are all packed up. Set. Okay, good. So we're all geared up. We're all set to go for the big mission this round. Tell you what. We are just past the 2-hour mark, or just getting close to the actual 2-hour mark here of this evening's show. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take about 15-20 minutes here, grab something to eat, take a little bit of a break, and we'll be right back. And like I said, about 15-20 minutes. So again, I want to thank everybody for joining me here this evening as I do the live stream for this. Don't forget, you can also check the channel for the redacted version of the stream if you don't want to sit around and watch these little gaps here. The redacted version just basically has the buffer things removed, and if it so comes to it where we have a wipe in the mission, that will also be redacted as well. But for the most part, they're pretty close. And if you want to get caught up on some of the other things that have happened in the Bureau XCom Declassified, you can always check those redacted streams for that. So, like I said, I'll be taking probably about 15-20 minutes here, and we'll be right back with more of Captain Atomos and XCom Declassified, the Bureau. And I'm back. Thank you once again for joining us here as we continue on the Harmless Media presentation of the Bureau XCom Declassified with myself, Captain Atomos. And like I said, thanks for sticking around. Like I said, it's always good to take a little bit of a break, especially when you're doing multiple gaming things and whatnot. So, good, we got that. And looks like we're good. Yeah. Everything seems to be going well. Thanks again for joining me here this evening as we do some more of these streams, kind of showing off the game itself. And yeah, it's I really dig this one. It's the artwork in it is really spectacular. I don't see it as many other games have quite the style. I mean, there are quite a few, and believe me, I've got plans for many of games that are very similar to this, with kind of an artistic style to them, and not a bad story to go with it as well. A little far-fetched in some cases, but still pretty cool. And nicely done little bit of science fiction as well. A couple of things in there, just to kind of give a shout out to all you folks hanging out in the chat room here. Wanted to definitely say hi once again to Dakota out there. Good to see you, sir. And it's been a while. Glad to see you back. Also, well, it's Breeder of Chaos, but I'm pretty sure Alteran. I think it's Alteran. Good to see you. Also, TTS Raharu, once again, thank you so much for helping on out and giving me sound checks and all that other good stuff we're working on. And of course, Desmo, thanks, dude. I was taking a look there at the comments, and I appreciate that. It's having access to the internet and time to do things. And anything you are interested in or want to know about how to the stuff that I'm tinkering around with, feel free to ask. I got lots of good things coming. Like I said, that stream that Hick and I are doing on Trek Radio Official, the Astroneer one, I've got some kind of cool effects and stuff that I'm doing with that stream, kind of playing around with that, and going to be eventually translating a lot of that into stuff that I'm doing on these streams. But I was going to take the opportunity here at this break to also mention, I had said something a little bit earlier about announcement. I have a couple of other channels that I'll be creating here just past the start of the new year. I've actually got one, it's already set up. I just need to figure out a few more things with it. I got some graphics work and a few other things that I'm going to do with it. But it will be... I forget exactly what it's called. Probably. These are things that in the process of streaming you would probably look up before you start talking. But it's basically what it's going to be is the HC Arcade is going to be what it's called. And there's actually a couple of others, this HC Media idea that I was putting together with this, and all underneath the same umbrella, and I'll have a couple of different things coming, but the HC Arcade, be launching that right after the new year. Going to be dealing with a couple of different games and types of streams. A few shorter, basically the idea will be there'll be a few of the more short, for the classic arcade games, there'll be short streams, nothing huge with them, just more or less kind of taking a look at those games. And then the other thing that I wanted to do was use that stream for things like 8-bit games or 16-bit, low-res games. One that I'm planning on doing for that, probably for the initial launch of that stream, will be the Punch Club. Is kind of, if that gives you an idea of what I'm looking at. Punch Club and a couple of other things. But that kind of idea, the retro, if not the actual game itself, the kind of playing on that concept of the retro game. So, yeah, there's a lot of good ones that we can go through and take a look at. Like I said, Punch Club is definitely one in the list where it's a little bit bigger. Saturday Morning RPG, I think was the name of the game. But that'll be another one that we take a look at, which is just basically, exactly what it says. It's an RPG game of Saturday mornings type thing. You get the idea. Those of you that know what I'm talking about know what I'm talking about. Also, a couple of other things that we were going to do with that, but we'll leave that for actually playing around and taking a look at that channel itself. I've also got at least one other HC channel coming. Probably it'll be a little bit after we get the HC Arcade up and running. But for the most part, just kind of doing a swath of different type things, and I wanted to kind of organize them into sort of like what I was doing here with the Captain Atomos stream, where I've got, in this case here, this stream is more for the story type games and the art of games, and the actual stream itself will have two components. As you can kind of see, you'll have the actual live one, which this will be part of the live ones, and there will also be the redacted version, which is just basically the edited version, cutting out any of the stuff, like, for example, the things that I would get hit for, like the DMCA stuff there, playing stuff from, let's see, what do we have there? Powered Descent was the first song that we started with, and actually we started the show with that. It's from the Apollo 11 soundtrack. Matt Morton, the composer for that, and highly recommend it. It's an excellent soundtrack. I think Trigon had kind of put me onto it, and it definitely has a new composer kind of feel to it. I don't know how else to describe it, other than very encompassing of lots of the music over the last couple of years, and what they can do with technology and that stuff. So kind of cool. Matt Morton, once again, the composer, and the Apollo 11 original motion picture soundtrack. I think it's from the documentary, the CNN documentary, the Apollo 11 documentary that came out. But that one also had the Slim Whitman song in there, the Indian Love Call, the MIB main theme, and then the last thing you heard there was Bud's Big Dive by Alan Silvestri from The Abyss. And like I said, those kind of things in the full streams, those will stay in there, and I'll take the hit on it. But the edited versions will cut all of that stuff out of there. So yeah, what was the other one? I also had in the opening for the show, we ran the Bear McCreary from season 2 of Battlestar Galactica, the Prelude to War was the name of that. Pegasus and Resurrection Shifts, part 1 and 2 from those episodes. So yeah, kind of giving you an idea of that kind of stuff. But yeah, like I said, if you want to ever powwow about putting together and working with stream stuff, just let me know. I can tell you what very little I know. It's mostly, that's kind of the thing, is that I don't know enough of this to actually say that I can help anybody. I can point you in a direction at this point, but it's mostly learning a lot of it, and going back to digging out and relearning my GIMP program, and taking a look at this. I'm currently running Streamlabs OBS 0.260. I believe that's the most recent version of that, and just playing around with it. Lots of layering, lots of other things. Not so much here. This stream is kind of stayed pretty much the simple stuff, but if you take a look at the Trek Radio official one, actually the one from Christmas Eve, has got some pretty cool graphic stuff that I was playing around with, and I've kind of tinkered with that a little bit more. So the show that'll be this Thursday, probably around like 10 or so on Trek Radio official. We'll get the Astroneer stream underway, which actually we're going to be launching into space for the first time on that stream. If Hick's going to be joining me, and we'll be taking a look at exploring other planets in Astroneer. So we got that coming. Anyways, we got Agent Carter here, ready to go, and we are all set. So once again, I want to thank everybody for joining me here as we do the XCom Declassified, the Bureau. Let me see here. Let me do this. Let me put this up here for just a second, and then we'll go back to and take a look at the stuff on the game. Okay, and welcome back. We are underway here with XCOM, the Bureau Declassified. We've taken care of the first of a series of invasions, cleaning up the mess that the aliens have left, since we have now shut down the portals and closed the doorways. I think these are all the same. Yeah. Well, maybe not. Oh no, this is it. Yeah, okay. This was the news of the towers falling and the other items there. So that puts us at our major operation, cleaning up and trying to get control of Chicago, Illinois. The last war. Chicago, Illinois. destroy communications. The Outsiders have been severely crippled and are cut off from their homeworld. However, they remain a formidable force here on Earth. Their remaining ground troops are coordinated through a communications hub in the Midwest. Head to Chicago and destroy this communications tower. Simple enough. Uh-oh.
What the hell? Johnson, what's going on?
The power is out, sir. Stand by.
I can see the power is out.
Director Falk, sorry to interrupt, but we need you in the lab right away, sir.
This had better be important, Doctor.
Monumentally important. The Ethereal is waking up.
Sounds like a change of plans. Head down to the lab, Carter. I'll meet you there.
Yes, sir.
Carter, whatever it is you're doing, you need to stop. Now. Carter? Carter! What in God's name?
You are young, too young to be awake, but you are stronger than expected. Who are you?
My name is William Carter. Who the fuck are you?
You speak with William Carter's voice, but only because you do not yet know your own.
No, I'm William Carter, but I am also something more.
You have bonded to William Carter. He is a piece of you now, in this world, but you transcend his existence.
So, Carter is a vessel, but I am like you.
We give our kind no name, although our hosts throughout the realities have applied many to us. The most common name has been ethereal.
But what are we?
We are beings of influence. In the best of times, we pass our wisdom and knowledge on to one another. But this situation prevents that. Origin draws closer.
How is that possible? Origin is dead. Carter killed him.
There are many things you do not yet understand.
Where do we come from? Where is our home world?
Many worlds are seeded with one of our kind. If there is a single world to call home, its location has long been lost to us.
Tell me who you are.
I am like you, though I am much older. I awoke on that world. I bonded with a young scientist and led him to greatness among his people.
That was Origin, yes?
Yes. Together we launched an era of unthinkable prosperity. Our greatest achievement was the network you know as Mosaic.
How did I come to be here? In the body of William Carter?
What is the first thing you remember? When did you first have control?
William Carter was injured, dying. His mind reached out in pain and fear. A war was beginning. And then I was William Carter, and we were fighting the war.
When advanced life came to your planet, it roused you. And William Carter was the host you found. The bond with a host is more than simply occupying a body. So long as you are bonded, you are William Carter, and William Carter is you.
You said that Origin is coming.
You favor taking action, an admirable trait. But if you have questions, now is the time to ask them. A meeting of our kind is rare.
There is much I need to know.
You seek knowledge to inform your action. A wiser path than mine. What is it you would like to know?
How did I come to be here? In the body of William Carter?
What is the first thing you remember?
William Carter was injured.
When advanced...
You said that Origin is coming.
You favor taking action, an admirable trait. But if you have questions, now is the time to ask them. A meeting of our kind is rare.
If Origin is still a threat, then we must act.
Your awareness arrived prematurely, but is coupled with an advanced capacity for action. Good. The cleansing will require our combined efforts.
Cleansing?
These worlds must be purged, and the growth of Mosaic stopped forever. It is a tragedy to sacrifice a species so young, but Origin must be stopped.
That would mean the end of humanity.
Unfortunate, but necessary. They must die so that other species may never face Origin's power. Life will continue, and in time, we will have new hosts.
You are talking about the extinction of humanity. The people of this world have done nothing wrong.
Humanity now knows how to capture and enslave our kind. That cannot stand. That knowledge and all remaining shreds of Mosaic must be destroyed.
I refuse to destroy these people. I awoke on this world. It is as much my world as it is theirs.
Perhaps. I have knowledge that you do not. But you seem to have wisdom I have yet to cultivate. It is agreed. We will consider other options.
Just a goddamn minute. Nobody's doing a damn thing till I get my say. It's beautiful. Not from where I'm standing.
Carter, no!
Huh. I didn't think that'd actually work.
Will, please! Dad, where are you?
Look at me. I couldn't have saved them. Not even with your help. When they were taken from me, I thought I'd lost everything.
Dad, I can't find you! Will, help us!
Not from where I'm standing, but you. You took the last of what I had. You took me from myself. And now, it's just us. Me and you. And only one of us is getting out of this alive.
It's still active somehow. We need you to connect and tell us.
No, I cannot go back. I will be lost. They will know everything.
It's a necessary risk.
It is a certainty.
How the blasted network is still operable is beyond me.
I will not return from this.
You have my word. We won't leave you in any longer than we have to.
Very well.
There we are. Transceivers connected. Given the current situation, I didn't have the time necessary to work out some of the more intrusive aspects of the...
There. You found it.
Analyzing now.
What's to analyze? They're devouring our entire fucking world.
We're?
The data. It's been relocated. I'm tracing the signal back...
Intelligence retracted and secured.
No, he's taken it.
The prisoner. The prisoner is located.
We're sever the damn connection.
You're too late.
Damn it! We need that data!
Lead the way, boss. We're with you, Carter.
There was always something more to you, Carter. I should have known you were the prisoner.
Man down!
Help me up!
I'll get you back on your feet!
Diversion, now!
Diversion out! There's a commander here!
Get over here!
Hold still! I'll get you fixed up! You're all set!
Thanks, I needed that.
Walk it off! Go!
Repositioning! On the move!
Deploying blob!
Ready!
Deploying a drone! Put up a rocket turret!
Rocket turret deployed!
Move out!
Roger! Moving out! I'm ready! That helps!
You could not keep me a captain forever. You know all about being a captain.
Heading for base defenses.
You can be free of the demon. But you are running out of time!
Stop moving. I'm making the goddamn decisions.
Carter, report.
He's heading to... defenses. Reinforcements.
Get a hold of yourself, man.
That's what I'm trying to do, damn it.
Hey, what's up, Hick? How's it going, man? As you can see, things have progressed. Enjoy. Security risk, June 28th, 1963. As I'm sure many of you are now aware, we are detaining outsiders within this facility. Take note that within their cells, they are powerless. So let us take every precaution to ensure that they remain captive and harmless. If they escape, it's likely they will retaliate with unrelenting force. I have stationed guards around the facility, so please monitor the situation and inform the closest guard if you notice anything amiss, so we can mitigate risks before they become a threat. Thank you for your assistance. Bruce Gundit, Chief of Security. Yeah, dude, the shiny spacesuits are awesome. I love that costume variant.
Use that cover.
Moving! I'm here! We got hostiles!
Attention, priority 0. This is a call to general quarters. All personnel prepare stations to combat. The base is under attack. This is not a drill.
Blob out! Friendly drone out! Take cover there! Copy, on my way! Going now! Up and away! I'm a goner! Keep the pressure on him! Hit the area, hard! Ordnance inbound! Mind that area! Mine deployed! Sniper, get down! They kill my block! I'm in charge of him now! Set up a diversion. This'll distract him. That helps. Hit it hard!
Take an aim!
Get behind cover!
Moving! In place!
He broke mind control! Take it down!
This one's mine!
Focus on that one.
Attacking your target! Commander!
Lay down a mine.
Mine deployed! These ones are shielded! Keep going! We're getting through!
Get behind that!
On the move! Ah!
Hit it hard!
These drones are pretty damn helpful.
Taking a shot!
Diversion, there!
Diversion out!
Alley-oop! Attack!
In my sights!
Rocket turret, over there!
Rocket turret deployed! Here comes another!
They're all dead. Let's get moving.
They're pushing! What do we do?
Yeah, this definitely has an Eels feel to it, doesn't it?
boss. What do we do?
We keep fighting.
We will take your base and then your world, but you can still join us. You have something we need. You are carrying one of them, just as Origin did. All you have to do is take control.
What's he looking for?
Look around. We're in the energetic materials lab.
Oh, hell. Bombs. He's gonna blow the whole base to hell and back.
No, he's not gonna do that. Falk, what the hell happened while I was out? Why is this data so important?
Origin is alive. He followed us through the Ven Gate, and he's brought one hell of a war machine with him. This base is his primary target. Then he moves on to our cities.
And that infiltrator's carrying data that we need to stop Origin.
Exactly.
Another letter. June 26th, 1963. Xenobiology. The humanoid outsiders and the black slimes known as silicoids are fascinatingly different in their psychological makeup. The outsiders have incredibly smooth skin that seems to reflexively tighten and roughen as a force is applied to the surface, even after the specimen has been long dead. The silicoids, on the other hand, have some sort of magnetic force holding the individual particles together. When dead, the patterns are seemingly random, but as our captive specimens illustrate, they can control how their particles are aligned to control and change their shape at will. I will follow up on these experiments next week. Robert Holloway, Senior Xenobiologist.
This way. He'll be cornered.
Carter, we're running out of time. Fast! What's your situation?
We're closing in on the infiltrator, but he says... it's that thing. Gotta fight it off.
That ethereal has been a valuable tool in this fight. We cannot afford to lose it, especially not now. Understood?
You've even got Falk convinced.
release the other outsider prisoner. They're calling in reinforcements from Origin's ship.
Cover there! Moving! Moving! Set up a diversion. Put up a rocket turret! Deploying blob! Launching a drone!
God damn it. We're gonna lose the base.
Finish it off! Bet I can change your mind. Take an aim! Put a mine there! Mine deployed! Lost our diversion! I'm done taking orders. Cover there! On my way! That's your target. Attack! Lifting! Location reached! Take cover! Moving! Get behind that! Going now! I'm ready! Mine that area! Mine deployed! Hit it hard! Taking a shot! Roger, we got a walker! We got armor! That helps! Deploy diversion! Diversion out! Get down our blow! Get down! Roger! Moving out! Ready! Get me artillery! Fire mission confirmed! These ones are shielded! Lost our diversion! Rocket turret, over there! Lay down a mine!
Rocket turret deployed! Mine deployed!
These drones are pretty damn helpful! Throwing a blob!
Target down!
Hit it hard! Lifting it!
Taking aim!
Hell with all of you!
Medic!
Someone! Help! Oh, you want.
Set up a diversion!
This'll distract them!
Come on,
Commander!
They're closing in! Orders!
Our own origin was once much like you, William Carter. Strong and determined, but his mind was not his own. He was also cursed with an
Hit
ethereal...
it hard!
They almost got it!
Cover there!
Move it!
On the move!
Hey, welcome, Suds, y'all. Hope you're doing well this evening.
I'm ready!
I've seen two different realities. I've traveled between worlds. But everywhere I've been a slave. I just want to be free, Carter. To be myself for once.
Yeah. I want that too.
Leave me alone! Let me go!
Sir? Agent Carter?
I can't...
Losing ground, Carter. Tell me you recovered the data.
I've got it.
Good. Meet us on the Avenger. The Imperial.
You've got Falk fooled, but I promise you this. You will not be leaving this base.
Priority 1, all non-military personnel general Retreat. All non-military elements evacuate immediately. Priority 1 to all military personnel. Report to action stations. Repeat, all personnel to action stations. This is not a drill.
Another letter. June 25th, 1963. Subjects appear to maintain the physical appearance of their former lives, with noticeable black slime pouring from facial orifices. We have been unable to determine if this slime serves a purpose or is a byproduct of the ongoing internal chemical reaction occurring within the host. Subjects mull about the cell or stand in place and repeat unintelligible phrases. Attempts to communicate have all met failure. Miriam Jones, Junior Facility Researcher.
At least he didn't hurt the civilians.
I'm not sure he knows what he's doing anymore.
Agent Carter, sir, can you hear us? We need to
I'm
keep
almost
moving.
there.
Contact!
Take cover there!
Copy. On my way.
Go! Moving!
I'm ready. Sir! Commander, what's going on?
Didn't think I could do it, did you? No, I'm gonna be free. Leave me be. I'm not taking any more orders. Not from you. Not from anyone. Something tells me it's only a matter of time before you stick me back in the bottle. Well, I've got another idea. I know you bastards can survive in this goop, so I'll make you a deal. Get out of my head. Now. Or I'll blow us all to Kingdom Come. I'd rather kill us all than be your puppet 1 second longer. Wonder if you feel the same way. Well, I guess we're about to find out.
Okay. We are at a pivotal point here in the game. 3 choices. We can contact Agent Weaver, we can contact Director Falk, or we can contact Dr. Weir. I leave it to you, the viewing audience, to decide where we go from here. We've been pretty close to the vest with Agent Weaver. Also, Director Falk, he knows pretty much everything there is to know in it. And Dr. Weir is obviously just straight up the science guy. He knows science and not much more. Pretty much, yeah. Anyone? Tough call. Agent Weaver's got the revenge thing going. Falk is, of course, in control of everything. And Dr. Weir being the scientist. So what are we? Alright, sciencey stuff it is.
It's telepathic, isn't it? Or should I say, aren't you? It must be related to how you control your host. But it must be a very subtle influence if William only just realized.
Yeah, you get basically the choice between merge or don't merge. We're gonna go with the scientist. We'll steal his soul.
Say goodnight, Gracie.
Had to do it, Carter. Grab a hold of him, boys. Well, I guess it comes to this.
This is Director Falk to all XCom personnel remaining in the field. In the event that you are receiving this transmission, it means that I have issued a Code Alpha evacuation order. Do not approach the area known as Site X. Consider all XCOM assets at Site X to be dead or destroyed. Do not attempt a recovery or rescue. To those of you that survive, your mission remains. Survive, adapt, win. Do not stop until the last of them are dead, or the last of us.
Okay, there we have it. The Last War. The events leading up to the invasion and subsequent destruction of our facility fall entirely on my shoulders, following my orders. Dr. Weir connected an enemy prisoner to the Mosaic network in the hopes of locating the enemy mothership. In doing so, the prisoner disclosed the location of the base via the same network, setting us up for attack. Agent Carter was discovered under the control by being now known as an ethereal, a being of the same type as previously unknown creature captured in Operation Crack the World. The attempt to extradite himself from the control of the ethereal caused great mental and physical strain on Carter, forcing us to detain him until he can be evaluated. The ethereal was then accepted into the consciousness of Dr. Alan Weir in order to maintain the tactical advantage it provides for humanity. Squad status: Weir is now our agent, and he is level 9 with 12 kills. Acquired technology, none. Outsider activity, 10 outsiders killed, 3 sniper elite, 1 shield commander, 3 outsider elite, 1 sectopod, 1 tech commander, 2 infiltrators, and 2 sectoids. Killing total, 23.
Agent Weaver, bring us up to speed.
Let's see. Our base just got destroyed. A massive outsider ship is currently hovering over our planet. And, as we just saw, Mosaic is somehow still functioning and controlling the outsiders' actions. That about sums it up.
How? Didn't we blow the Mosaic core to Kingdom Come and Origin along with it?
Origin is alive in a sense. His consciousness lives on inside Mosaic, much as Origin's ethereal did, acting as the power source for the remaining network. Origin has enough power of his own to hold the new Mosaic core together and broadcast commands through it, but he's not nearly as powerful as his imprisoned ethereal was, which leads me to believe that he and the new Mosaic core are aboard the Outsider command vessel.
If he's acting as the new battery for Mosaic, why aren't the outsiders massing to take us out?
Origin is powerful, but not nearly as powerful as an ethereal. In its current state, Mosaic can only broadcast short distances, probably not even beyond the vessel.
So what are you suggesting we do?
I'm stronger than he is. Get me access to the new Mosaic core, and I'll take it from him. The Outsiders will follow whatever command I give them. One command, and the war ends.
The core can be accessed by destroying power relays at these points. One in a weapons and armor manufacturing cluster, one in a biological research center, and then the master relay in the central location.
So we take those out and the core is just wide open.
In order to circumvent the automated repair redundancies, all relays must be destroyed simultaneously, which is to say, we need to destroy them at the same time, or we have no chance.
It's decided. We go in. I suggest you take care of any last preparations now.
And so there we have it. We are now Dr. Alan Weir. The autopsy report on the ethereal. Weir's note. Due to an unexpected interruptions, a full autopsy of the captured ethereal could not be completed, and much of Dr. Heinrich's notes have been lost in the ensuing chaos. Attached are what little has been recovered. Telepathic abilities, limit unknown, but able to subtly influence host. Possibly other psychic abilities such as telekinesis. Must be careful about interactions until we find a way to shield it. Only partially exists in our plane of existence. Definitely must be more than the frail physical form apparent to our limited instruments. Uncertain age, potentially ageless. Current specimen supposedly sustained in origin host network for millennia. If it can change hosts, an ethereal may be able to pass undetected for generations on a planet. Apparently very rare, only one recorded amongst all of our outsider conquests, and apparently a target of great value. Potential applications for warfare unknown, but unpleasant. More documents. We have established radio contact with several XCom members back on Earth. A small group has managed to take refuge in the wilderness and are attempting to stay out of urban areas. Right, and there's the thing that they were talking about. That is our target. And here's a note. In the event of a hull breach, do not attempt to seal the breach. The force of the vacuum in outer space is greater than you may think. Priority 1 is to ensure the integrity of your personal environment. If your helmet and suit are functional, you can survive in the vacuum of space for several minutes without an external air supply. If your personal environment is compromised, you should exit the room immediately and seal all bulkhead doors. Do not stop to retrieve equipment or crew members. I believe that is... Oh, here's a couple other things over here. There's the photo of the ship where it says, where did this come from? And we already took a look at that. So yeah, there we have it. The giant alien starship over Earth. And we are now Dr. Weir. And this puts us at a good point in which to end tonight's stream. Yeah, right on time. Again, I wanted to thank everybody for joining us here as we continue to go through XCom Declassified, the Bureau. So once again, big shout out to everybody joining on in, and like I said, thanks for hanging on out with me here this evening as we continue to go through this game. It's a lot of fun doing this, and I hope you guys are having as much fun with it as we are running it. And like I said, I appreciate all you guys coming in, hanging out with me as we continue on here with the Bureau, XCom Declassified. Again, thanks Desmo, thanks Raharu especially, thanks Alteran, great having you guys here. Sunseal, thanks for swinging on by, same with Hick, appreciate seeing you guys here as well. And again, good to see you again there, Dakota, and I hope things are going well for you, man. All right, everybody, like I said, we will close on out this evening's episode of The Bureau, XCOM Declassified, with Captain Atomos here for HC Media. And again, like I said, thank you very much. Do appreciate it, and give us a like, and send other folks this way if you think they'll be interested in it. It's always appreciated. All right, until next time, have a good one, and we'll see you soon.